Okay, David, moving right along. Absolutely. All right. So got the cover. Cover looks great. Just so you know, you don't have to include this up here on this title up here in the corner for the class and the date. Eventually, this is going to go in your student portfolio, presumably. So you don't need to allude to what class it came from and the date and things like that. So, okay, spread one looks great. Good, really good use of white space. I think that's what makes the presentation just so inviting. Um, Okay, a couple of on the first page here. We got three issues that I want to bring to your attention. Right here, spelling error. Right there. Right here. This is a widow. And then in any presentation, book or other, the odd number pages are always on the right hand side of the page. Um, so this typically would be page two because this would be page one technically. So if you take a look at books, they're always the odd numbers on the right hand side of the spread. So keep that in mind. Um, just want to check something here. Okay, so other than that, this page looks good. I think this page looks good. This type right here is a little bit too large in comparison to the rest of the scale of the typeface. So you might want to tone that down just a little bit. Otherwise, I think pages are looking very, very good. So far, so good. Next page, again, another really nice looking page. One thing I noticed, not yet, hang on one second, that comes next page. Yes, right here, you don't have a space between paragraphs like you do in all your other, to delineate the change in paragraph. So here's a pretty good size space right here. Here's a good space right here, but here there's no space. And when it comes down to it, I think the space between paragraphs is probably a little too large. I think that there's just too much space between ideas here, almost separating them completely from being part of the same thought. So I would close down that a little bit, 2 or 3 points, just to bring that paragraph closer to that paragraph. Presumably you're setting these up in character styles within InDesign, so that should be an easy fix that will fix these globally as opposed to having to go through and change each one individually. Okay, there's another widow right there. And in summary, a widow is just a word that sits at the end of the paragraph alone. Looking good, looking good. All right, design development, inspiration, excellent, evolution. Again, see what I mean? The spaces between are just really, really wide. I've noticed that you're a little bit text. Yeah, you could use a little bit more descriptive text, I think, in a few of your different areas. I think this definitely is a little underdeveloped in terms of descriptive text. I think over here we find the same thing. Both the ancient runes and modern lettering are rendered in a clean modern style. I mean, talk about why and talk about the relationship between, so that you don't have these kind of fragmented thoughts just on one line alone. Mission statement looks good. This looks fantastic. One recommendation on this page, and I mentioned this a while back, but it's just really bugging me, is that this 2022, I really think it should be centered under the logo. Pushing it over to the right like that just adds a kind of an unusual space right here. Creates this shape, and it's just an unusual kind of presentation. I would definitely center 2022 under the mark. Um, Nice, nice. Everything looks fantastic. Yeah, those are my only comments. I think you are right in there, and your hard work is definitely showing. So, then just a couple of minor adjustments, and you're right in there. All right, good job. Thanks.